Hello, 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 everybody. Thought I'd jump on. We've got a little list going already. So I just wanted to jump on and just, first of all, just thank everyone for being here. What a wonderful, wonderful energy we have today. Just to feel big warmth. Oh, even though I'm cold, this will be on for a little bit. Usually, when I start reading, I'll start heating up. So this will, but for right now, hi, Anjali. Absolutely. You'll be like number 4. Hey, Nicolette. So today I am going to start with these clarity deck here, which is by a group called Girls Gone Happy, and I love it. Hey, Elpedia, welcome, welcome. So let's take a look here, and we're going to see what message comes from here just to start off our evening. All right. Let's see what this one is. Oh, we got a little tasks. Well, let's see what this lighting looks a little weird. There we go. Let's see if it'll. There it goes. All right. It says, what do you tell yourself when you look at your to do list? As you listen to this story, what do you notice about the ways you speak to yourself, what you tend to focus on, and how this makes you feel about yourself? What do you want to do with this information? I love that. I'm a big to do list person. And I used to stress over it until I called it my could do list. Then I'm like, I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. So I love that message for us today. Change your to do to a could do. All right, let me just pop out the chat here, and let me just get this expanded. Maybe there it goes. Now I can see everybody here because a lot of questions coming in. So welcome. So I see all of your guys' questions. We'll get there. Hey, Katie, Mary, welcome. Thank you, Light in the World, for being a new subscriber. And hey, Deb, welcome. Wow, what a beautiful day. It's gonna be a busy night, I think. I had a message about balance today because I ended up being 4 hours last night, and Spirit was like, "You're gonna wear yourself out. You need to limit it." So I probably keep it around 2 hours. We'll see if I keep to that. Maybe if I try for 2 hours, I won't go for it, right? All right. Well, we've got a lot of messages, so we're gonna dive right in here. I'm gonna start off with the Chinese tarot. And we do have Hina, Kumari, Katik. You want to know about will your husband reconcile with you in October? Okay. We'll take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. Hope everyone's doing well today or tonight, wherever you're at in the world. A lot going on. Always, right? All right, Hina, let's take a look here. What was Spirit wants you to know about your husband reconciling in October? Okay. What else? Okay. Hey, Kaylee. welcome. Thank you guys all for being here. I really appreciate it. Okay, Hina. Now, your first card here is the High Priestess card. And the High Priestess card is about you taking some time, like to withdraw and look on the inner part of where you're at. Like look into your heart, look at what's going on within you. You do have the Star card too, which is a card of hope. So I kind of feel with these two cards together, it's like not October, but it's kind of like don't lose hope. It's the thing is to look inward inside of you right now. Like this pause is a time for you because you also have this 5 of Swords that's coming in here, which this is all about. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your expectations. And the 5 of Sword has this conflict about, you know, two people butting heads over expectations. Like, this is what I think you should be. And this is who I think you should be. And it's like all these expectations that are battling and hitting one another. And I really feel like with, especially with the High Priestess card, this is about you, you know, going inward and really looking at, what do I really want? What do I really expect? What am I willing to let drop away and, look at things from a different perspective? And both of you will need to do that in order to reconcile. But I feel like this month, I don't see that it reconciling. I see this as a pause for you to look inward, but that star also represents your higher self, your spiritual self. The High Priestess is about pulling in and connecting higher. So I feel like this period of time is for you to really connect within yourself. And then I don't see that him coming and reconciling this month. So, all right. So that is what they have for you, Hina. I know. I wish I could be the bearer of like always like yes, 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 but we always want the truth from spirit on what they want us to know right now. So that's what they have for you. All right. So next we are on to Bree and then on to Light in the World. So Bree, let's find out. I wonder if this is that house that when you originally asked and it was going to be this dream house that you're like, no way. And then they drop a price and you're like, no way. Let's see if this is it. So we'll take one more. So is this the house? Is this the house? Is it? Is it? Interesting, interesting. So you got the 5 of coins here, which the 5 of coins is about, trusting that what is for you is going to come from the source and not from man. So you are having this change of your worth and where things are coming from. And that's kind of like okay, and and then you got the Empress, which is about new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and creation. So there's this newness that's coming in here. And I'm like, okay, and then you got the King of Wands. The King of Wands is about this strong energy, driving energy, focusing, 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 and they're able to have this fire that they put in directions. And I feel like it's all about focusing your energy right now. Um, I really wanted just a yes or no. I know you wanted one too, but I'm like, yeah, you got 2 5s, which is all about change of energy, change of how you're perceiving where things are coming from. And then you have the Empress and the King. So you have the divine masculine, divine feminine. I kind of feel like it's like this uh, holding period. It's like they don't want you to know uh, because they are wanting you to really sit in your power, because you have both divine feminine, which is asking for a wish and allowing the creator to bring it. Then you also have the King of Staves, which is about manifesting and focusing your energy. So I feel like it's like releasing and surrendering, like the divine feminine, and then focusing your energy not on fears and what you don't want, but focus on gratitude and what you do want. And this changes the energy. It's like this pause. They're like, okay, so here is this opportunity. Open up and surrender and focus on gratitude and knowing that what is meant for you will not pass you by. And it's really going, who brings you what you need? It's like, okay, mankind doesn't, you do. Thank you. And it's like this. Oh, oh, okay. That is interesting. So we will see what Yeah. So we'll see what happens. They're not like telling you yes or no. It's like this, uh, the pause in between. They just want you to, yeah. And then you got the Four of Coins, which is about finding your solid worth from within, not from the outside. It's like they have you going, all right, so take a deep breath. What's the most important thing right now? It's like your relationship to creator and your relationship to how things unfold and your confidence that you can ask for something and allow them to bring it. And then also your energy of the power of where you focus your energy with gratitude and not in fear, not, it's like this little, I don't know. I didn't want to say school because, it's just like this little, I don't know, a little, I don't wanna say lesson either. They just feel so bleh. They're like a little adventure for you of testing your where are you at in your willingness to receive and your willingness to where you drive your power. So, I'm like, "Oh, come on." Of course, it is Thursday. We can always ask tomorrow. So it's like, okay, for tonight, focus on asking for your wish from the creator and then focusing your energy on where it wants to go. So I know, right? Like, come on. I wanted like a sun card and go, here it is. But they're like, oh, that'd be too easy. You don't want that. You want this opportunity. Hey, Stacy, SDA, welcome. Hey, Pallavi and Dollface Diva. Hey, sorry I missed you there. Honey Dip, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So we are going to keep on going down the list here because yeah, we do have a list going already. And thank you guys all who have already given me a thumbs up on the video. Really appreciate it. It does help my channel quite a bit. So if you guys have a chance and you feel so inclined, I really appreciate it. It's the best price. It's free. So thank you, thank you. All right. So, Bree, that is what they have for you right now. And then Light in the World, you would like a general reading. And I feel kind of guided over here to these enchanted map oracles. So let's take a look here and see what they've got. See what we got going on. And then I believe, just to make sure here. Yep, and then Anjali, you'll be next for your general reading. And then Nicolette. All right. Let's see here. What would you like Light in the World to know about today? What would you like them to know? Okay. Mhm. It's a great card. You got card number 54, which is encouragement. Love that card. Maybe I can even do it a little closer. Think it'll, yeah, there it goes. Okay. Let's see what message comes on here for you. It's actually, I think it is the last card in the entire deck. And it says, you are receiving a nudge in the right direction. This card tells you that you're being gently encouraged to step into your power, into the dream of your life. New things are out there to be explored, and the nurturing power of the universe is giving you a nudge in the right direction. You will get the help you need, and you won't be alone in your quest. Every step you take right now is supported by the wisdom of the universe. Wow. You are on the right path. Keep going. They also have a reverse meaning, and sometimes I read those, and I feel like this will be an encouragement for you too. Like from the past, it's like a misstep isn't the end of the world. You may have fallen into a trap of false courage, and only humility would have led you out of it. So perhaps you weren't listening to your intuition at the time, and I kind of feel like this is in the past, and it puts you in a jam. Being too self reliant without knowing the ropes may have brought you to that place. But don't allow that to keep you discouraged. All is well. and you have this new start that's coming, another road ahead of you. And surely you will discover new territories where love really blooms. Just remember to rely on your higher power. You can't always get what you want, but spirit knows your needs. Something better waits around the corner. That's what I feel is coming your way here. So, like this is your this is your human self, and here's your higher self. It's like allow them to nurture you, allow them to guide you in what's coming forward here for you, because I feel like whatever discouraged you, whatever this, you know, uh, avenue you went down, it ended up being a dead end. You're like, oh, I should have listened to the GPS, but I didn't think it was right. I thought this was open. And it used to, but they closed down that street and put in buildings. So now you're doing a UE and you headed back, but don't let it discourage you because there's a better road down the line. So I love that for you. So that's what they have for you, light in the world. I really like that for you. All right. So, Anjali, you are next, and you were looking for a general reading. So, I like that. Hey, Barty, welcome, welcome. All right. Let me scroll back up here. There it goes. All right. And for you, I'm drawn to the Path of the Soul Destiny cards. So, general reading for the coming months. We'll see what they would like you to know. And Nicolette, you are up next. And then Anjali will answer your second question. And then Katie. And then Elpedia. And that's as far as I'll go down telling you the order of things. I'll get busy and actually do readings, right? All right, Anjali, let's see. What do they have for you today? What do they have for you today? Okay. This one right here. Oh, beautiful. So you've got master number or power number 44. I call these the spiritual inkblot test because they're fractal imaging. And so whatever you see in here, see if I can do this, is actually a special message for you. And then we'll see what actually was in the card too. Wow. So this one is also the last card in this deck. So the last one was last card in that deck, and this one's the last one in this one. This is Birth of Angels. You are surrounded with the loving support of the angelic realm. You play an important role on Earth in uplifting the consciousness of the planet. The angels are here with you to help in every way they can. Remember, you have not been abandoned here. You're not alone on this journey. Your gifts are very special and very needed. These divine beings are here with you to aid you in becoming fully who you are truly meant to be. Now you will see your path opening more than ever before. Wow. Boom. I really like that for you. And they're really saying, too, they honor your free will. And so they don't meddle a lot in your life because they always show me like this. It's like a 2-year-old who wants to pour milk into their glass for the first time. And we're like, okay, well, they need to learn. So we're going to allow them to do it. And so we go get the paper towels and the mop and get ready because we're like, there's going to be some upset here. But they're always ready, when that 2-year-old goes, whoa, I need help. And then they go in and they help, but they won't step in until we ask them of our own free will for assistance, asking for signs and synchronicities, answers, information, truths, whatever it is. You can ask them, hey, I just would like today, I'd like to come across a feather just to let me know that you're here. And lo and behold, there's this flock of feathers that falls or something, you're just like, wow, they will make themselves known, especially when we ask of them to come into our daily lives and to show us things. So I really feel like this is an important thing for you to know that you're never alone. And that all you have to do is like, I usually just try to remember each day of my own free will, come and meddle in my life, show me, signs and what is for my highest experience here. So I love that for you, Anjali. That's your general reading that's coming up in these months, that you're just going to have these synchronicities and things, just to continue to ask them to show you, and your mind's going to be blown on the things that happen. I can just see it happening. I love it. All right, so that is your general message. I'm going to go Nicolette, and then I'll come back to your second question. And Nicolette, you want to know Alan's next actions towards you. Will you communicate this week? All right, let's take a look here. We are going to use the Sun and the Moon Tarot for that. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. So, Nicolette, Alan's next actions towards you. We'll ask that first. What are Alan's next actions towards Nicolette? Okay. Okay. And then will there be communication this week? Okay. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Wow. A lot of energy tonight. What did you guys have for supper? See, I'm starting to warm up already. The spirit is a flowing. All right. So, his next actions towards you, very interesting. Let me see if I can get this to focus here. Got the Seven of Cups here first, which the Seven of Cups is about. It just feels like there's emotional confusion. It just feels like there's just all this um, emotions flying over the place, and this is within them. And then there's the Six of Swords here too, which is all about this movement in their thought and their minds from one to another. It's like I almost feel like this is going back and forth, because you asked about communication this week, the swords is communication, but the Two of Swords is about indecision. That decision needs to be made, that they're torn in different directions, whether they're going to or not. And it kind of feels like when we're checking in with them right now, it's just motions all over the place. Their mind is going from one side to the other side, and it just feels like they're in this indecision, like there's a fork in the road. And so I really don't feel like they're going to make a decision by the end of this week. I feel like they're going to be like in this state of indecision, and he doesn't know what the next actions are. It's like confusion, double-mindedness is what I'm hearing. And that's why he's like going back and forth between whether he is or not. And he's just like not making a decision. And so I don't feel like he will communicate this week. And he's kind of in this, like I said, fork in the road, where he just doesn't know what he's doing and what he wants to do and where he wants to head and what decisions and choices he wants to make. So it's like in a holding pattern. And whenever that happens, one, we hate it. Right? Everyone raise your hand. Yes, divine timing. But it's always for us. And whenever there's this pause and this divine timing that's going on, it's like this reminder of, what can I do while I'm in this holding pattern? The only thing I can do is focus on my own heart, focus on what's going on within me, because I can't do anything about anything else. So I can reflect and look at me and go, what is going on in me? What emotions are coming up? These are my emotions. What can I do with these emotions? Right. And that's usually why there's a holding pattern, because they're going like, okay, it's time for you to reflect. And they're like, well, I really want to move on. And like, nope, time to reflect. Until you do, it's not going to move. And it's like, fine, I will reflect. And that's kind of what I feel they're just nudging you to do right now. Especially if we want things to move faster and actually get an answer, yes or no, It's like do the work, and then we get the the answer that comes after it. So that's what they have for you, Nicolette. You know, I know, I know. All right, Anjali, let's take a look here. I do want to switch to I got the Tarot of the Dragons as well. And you want to know, so Satish email you asking your address. What's his intentions behind that? Uh-oh. What are his intentions? So let's take a look. And then KDP, you will be up next. I love how you start off. Question 1. Uh-oh. All right. So let's take a look here. What is this address about? What is Satish up to? Okay. I tell you, these cards are full of energy. Things are just flying around, flying around. Well, you got both the Eight of Cups, which is normally, I like it's leaving behind old emotions that don't serve someone, but it's moving on to the Knight. They leave this to get here, which is wish fulfillment. So I feel like they're asking for your address because I feel like it's a gift, right? I feel like there's like, oh, you're sending me something. Okay, what is this? You right? So I kind of feel like there's this, you know, like, I don't want to say like a birthday wish, but it's like this birthday wish where like, oh, I'd like to have, something just nice, something that uplifts my day. And I feel like he's sending you something like that because it's very like um, sentimental, it's just something that just makes your heart go boom, 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 because, it is the Nine of Cups, which is emotions, but it brings this warmth from within you, so I like that. So I feel like there's a nice little gift of some sort, that's headed your way. And I really like that. We'll see what it is. Can't wait now. All right. So that's what they are letting you know for right now. And then KDP, you want to know how to approach the spiritual situation between Jordan and you. Okay, let's take a look here. See what they have to say. Then Alpedia, you'll be next. And then Mary. And then Kaylee. All right. And thank you, everyone that I've missed coming in here. Queen of Humility, welcome. I think I said hello to you, Barty, but just in case I missed you, hello, hello, and Leah. Very good. All right. So let's take a look here. What would they like you to know on how you can approach this spiritual situation between Jordan and you? Okay, you do want that one? Okay, 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 okay. All right. So the first card that popped up for you here, Katie, got the Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords is about, of course, you use that to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm and let go of expectations, right? So focusing on the higher knowledge and just letting expectations go. Because you also have the Queen of Swords, which the Queen of Swords is all you can see here. Balancing heart and mind. So here is the Ace of Swords in your hand. You're opening up things, right? But she rolls both air and then she also has a dose of water. So it is about balancing the passions of the heart with the mind and the higher knowledge and this beautiful balancing coming in. Because you got temperance, which is all about patience and balance as well. And I love this because here's the Two of Cups. It's like slowly pouring things into the other cup. And you actually have the Two of Cups here. So the approach is balanced and patient approach, balancing your heart and your mind, connecting to the higher truths, and really letting go of expectations. That Ace of Swords is all about slicing away the small t truths of the human side, those fear of losing, conditional love. And I feel like in this spiritual situation, you are responsible for you, that you focus on your connection, and then it just happens. Whenever you try to force something to happen, it doesn't work, right? So it's like you focus on you and your connection. He focuses on, uh, their connection, and then spirit, just the energy draws people together. Energetic energy draws people to places. So uh, it's like approach it with balance and patience. Focus on you, and there you go. Easy breezy, right? I know, I know. All right. So that's what they have for you for question number one, Katie. And Elpedia want to know, will you receive new tutoring jobs this month? Let's take a look here. I do want to use the Chinese tarot. Let's see what's going on there, and then we'll move to Mary next. All right, so let's take a look here. Will you receive? Okay, I had 4 cards pop out here. Excuse me. And I do like this for you. You have the 9 of staves here, which is the 9 of wands in the standard tarot. And the 9 is about your inner journey and really recognizing your power that's coming in here. Because you also have the 9 of coins, which would be the 9 of pentacles in the standard tarot. So you've got 2 nines going on here, which really 9 of pentacles for me would be saying yes. But the 9 of wands is telling me just focus on what you do want. Like your question, more tutoring jobs. I'd like more tutoring jobs instead of going, I'm just not getting tutoring jobs. If you focus your energy on that, it's going to expand the what the universe hears is no tutoring jobs. And you're like, okay, he doesn't want any more tutoring jobs. Instead, your energy focuses on more tutoring jobs coming in. So whatever you're wanting, you're focusing on gratitude and thankfulness for what you do have, for the tutoring jobs you do have, will expand them and grow them. And I feel like that 9 of wands, that's what they're wanting you to know, is the power that you have. Because all the nines are the hermit's journey, turning you inward to show you your power and your fullness that you can bring in there. And you have the 2 and the 4 of cups here. So the 2 of cups is your power of choice, your emotional choice, which also tells me that every moment you have a choice on, are you focusing your emotional energy on unconditional love and gratitude, like we're talking about that energy, or focusing on the other, because your emotional energy is what will grow whatever your emotions are feeling. So if you feel yourself feeling down and like hopeless about things coming, do something to generate. Put on some, happy dancing music. Do something to get your energy up, to change your emotions to positive and gratitude and thankfulness and what you do want, because that will change all of that within there. And then that brings you the emotional stability. The 4 of cups is like, it's like that table back there. A table but with huge 4 legs on it is a very solid foundation. So I really feel like they're telling you, just manage your emotional energy, bring it to the stabilized point, and you'll see things happen. But I really like that. That 9 of pentacles really tells me huge possibilities for it, as long as you have your energy focused on growing it instead of focusing on lack and what's not there. So I like that for you. So tutor away. All right. That's what they have for you. And Mary, you are up next. And you just want a general around. Oops. It went scrolling really fast. There it goes. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. We can take a look there around love and what it looks like without him. Oh, with him and without him. Okay. We can do that here. Oh, like what's his future and what's your future? So not your future with him and without him. You just want to know what his future is and what yours is separately. Okay, I get it. I think that's what you mean. If I'm getting that wrong, just let me know. Spirit knows anyway. So let's take a look here. So general for Mary. Let's just take a look at you first. What is your love life? What do they want you to know about that for the future? All right. So for you, the first card that popped up is the Two of Wands. And this is kind of what I was just talking about too. The Two of Wands is always that there's two choices to make with your energy in each moment. And depending on what you're focusing on is what's going to be like emanating from you as you go through this. Like you said, you need to look at your pain and your fears around love. And when you're doing that, of course, if we focus too much in one direction, then we feel the defeat, right? You got the Five of Swords here. See if I can get this one in here. If you can see someone trapped underneath those three swords there, and someone having the two swords in their hands. And the Five of Swords is this, uh, you know, change of thoughts and beliefs about these are my expectations. Another person goes, these are my expectations. And it's like, well, my truth, my expectations are more true than yours are. And like, no, mine are. And that's where these battles happen, because people are so adamant that how they were raised and all their expectations are the right ones. And you're crazy for thinking the way you are, and that's where all the battles happen. But the 5 is a transformation. I feel like that's what's going on here with you as you go through here with the energy going back and forth. You'll have days where it's like, yeah, and the days where you're like, ah, and days where you're like, yeah, and going back and forth. But you're really looking into your thoughts and your beliefs and the expectations you had on this relationship and past relationships too. It's a big reflective time for you because this 5 is this movement to higher truths, you're moving and thinking and seeing things from a different perspective, a higher perspective as you're going. And I really feel like it's important for you to look to the higher truths, those, it's like those higher realm truths that are rooted in unconditional love, because those also help you cut away these old thoughts and these old beliefs that no longer serve you. And I say that because you also have the Star card, which one represents hope. So it's like you get hope back. You do get on the other side of the dark night of the soul. And during the darkness, there's a brightness that comes in. And this is your higher self. This is your bright soul. And it's bringing you it's like this hope. It's showing you who you really are and the power that you really have in your life and over your life. But there's these capital T truths that really come with that soul work and getting into there, because there's a lot of echoes of old beliefs and thoughts that have been reflecting in relationships as you've been going forward. So I like that for you because we always could use hope, right? And the Star card is Aquarian energy. And so it represents new ways of looking at things. The age of Aquarius is about old ways don't work anymore. They're outdated. It's time for new ways of thinking, new ways of living, new ways of being. Otherwise, as they say, when you did what you always did, you get what you always got, and you're ready for a change. I really feel that. And then we'll see what they're willing to tell you about his future. Sometimes they're like, oh, that's none of your business, yeah. Well, this is pretty obvious, I think, for you. It's emotional confusion. Seven of Cups, see all those cups floating around in there? They're just confused about all their emotions. They're just all over the place, which is normal after a breakup, right? Because there's all the what does it mean? What does it mean about me? What does it mean about the world? What does it mean about them? What does it mean about everyone? There's just so much going on emotionally for them, and that's okay. You know, everything that comes our way comes on purpose for a purpose, right? And for both of you, you got this Eight of Pentacles here, which is all about the outside world and moving up to a new way of looking at your worth in the outside world and how you relate to it. And I love how they even have hearts on here that are growing up a vine. That it's the situation that happened between the both of you is for you both. I know, and it's hard for us to really grasp it. Like, why on earth would I want this to happen in my life? But it's on purpose, right? We won't make changes. We won't reflect inward. We won't, cut away old ways of doing things if we're super comfortable in them, and even if they're unhealthy. We're like, as long as everything's, going along, we'll stay in a toxic situation like work. Sometimes we're like, I hate my job. Why don't you leave? Well, I don't think I'll find anything else. But as soon as the job ends, and they terminate us, or we go our separate ways, then you can go live your dream, and you're able to make leaps and go places you wouldn't normally before. So that's what they have for you, Mary. All right, very good. All right, let me keep on looking down the list here. Light, you can still rewind to go see yours. I think yours was like number 3 or so. You can, if you look up in the chat, you can see, like, when you listen and see who I announce on the reading, you can go, "Oh, I'm the one before that." You can just back up a little bit. So if you guys miss your reading, you can, backtrack. So just want to say hey to Pallavi and Shanae. Welcome, Miss King. Angelina. Wow. Aditi. Sumia. Marie. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Well, let's keep going down the list here. And so, Kaylee, you want to know, so your friend wants to know your true intentions. Can I help them? So you don't want to tell them your true intentions, or you don't know your true intentions toward them? So that's an interesting question there, Kaylee. But I will and I know spirit knows what you're asking, and I'm just going to pull cards, and they will just do the speaking as usual. Hey, Katie. I think you probably asked that question a long time ago. So you probably heard yours by the time. So I did do yours earlier. Okay, and then Dollface Diva, you will be up next. All right, Kaylee, let's take a look here. Interesting. Anything else on this? No, okay. Well, let's take a look here. You first have the Seven of Wands, which is interesting because there's like this. The Seven of Wands is about someone being on higher ground and other people, like, coming against them, not sometimes like out of jealousy. Um, someone's doing better, and everyone's like, why you get to be happy? Come back down here and be miserable with the rest of us. And there's kind of like this sometimes feeling like you're attacked and feeling like you need to be, like, you have to defend where you're at. And there's this Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card, emotional fulfillment. And I feel like there's this protection, like, um, I almost feel like you're protecting your dream, like you're protecting what you want emotionally, because I feel like this is you, the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a very, very watery person, of course, because she's double water, but she's very intuitive, and she deep dives into her emotions, very like the High Priestess. She's very in touch with the moon and very in touch with her emotions and sensing other people's emotions. And I almost feel like you feel you have to have a wall up with this friend because you just sense like there's, I don't know if there's jealousy, or you just feel like you can't express um like your true happiness and your joy and what you want to do and all that stuff, because they feel like they're lower, like they feel like they're not where you're at in your life and have the capacity or capability, maybe even, and that you kind of have this um, hesitancy to share things with them and share your heart with them, because you just, it's something that you sense, and whether you are conscious of it or not, um, you can be conscious of it because you have the ability to go into your subconscious to look at it. But I don't know if you're aware that you have that wall up there, or you feel like this little kind of bubble that's going on there. Yeah. So um, that's what I'm picking up there for you. So I mean, I think that's what, like, you're just like, no, it's okay. Almost, I'm getting kind of the kind of energies of, it's called like the Three of Pentacles, which is the authentic card, and how how the Three of Pentacles will have two people on it. One person's that supportive and backs you up and so excited about what you're doing, and they can sometimes draw us off even more so. Um, but then there's people that just have this, I don't want to say reputation, we'll say tendency to poke holes in people's dreams and poke holes in, and it's out of their, out of their fear for you, fear for themselves, that they're just like, oh, you shouldn't do that, that's not, you're not, that's sure that's going to make money, sure that's going to be okay, maybe you should do that instead. Poke, 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 and you're like, don't poke my bubble. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on. um so I don't know if that resonates, if that makes sense, but there it is regardless. So there you go, Kaylee. So uh I have nothing else to add. All right, Dollface Diva. Thank you guys so much for all being here. I can't thank you enough. It just warms my heart to feel all of your wonderful energies. And thank you guys all who have given me a thumbs up on the video already. I really appreciate that. If you haven't already, I really appreciate you considering doing so. It does help out the channel. And we are continuing going forward. So we've got Dollface Diva is up. Stacy. And then Tanmoy Shakma, you will be next. And then Pallavi Kumari. And I know I murder names, so just give me a blanket I am doing a blanket apology, and you guys could give me blanket forgiveness. All right, Dollface Diva. Will the conversation go well with Eric? We'll take a look here. Okay, so we do have the King of Wands energy coming in here, which is a lot of fire energy coming in. And you also have the Hermit energy here to start off. So with both of these together, I really feel like they're saying, if you keep your your fiery energy focused inward and not outward, that this will go along, the conversation will go a lot better. It's like, um, own your own emotions that are coming up. So if something gets triggered, don't say, oh, it's him triggering me. Just go, oh, this is something being triggered in me, and just kind of be in this kind of state. Because you do have, because they're saying if you do that, it'll just allow things to go really well. Because you have the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment, emotional fulfillment card, and the Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, which means movement and emotion. Um, and so it's a good, happy, um, type of energy, because it's like saying that if I can manage my triggers, I won't, like, if he triggers me and then and then he triggers from it, and then there's this fireworks going on. But if you, use that and just go, okay, this is my trigger. What's going on here? Let me just breathe through it, do a Lamaze, and then it allows emotions to flow, and it doesn't become like heated. It becomes a good, really heartfelt conversation. So I like that. All right. So that I would consider would be going well. As long as there's that, they're just like, this is all it takes is for you not to trigger, because uh, once one person triggers, then it's just like an explosive situation, right? So I like that. All right. So we'll keep on going down the list here, and we've got Tan Moy. And you want to know, and of course, welcome and thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. And so you want to know what are Nabanita, or what they are feeling for you. Okay, let's take a look here. See what spirit will let you know. And Pallavi, you'll be next. And then Honey Dip. Oh, sorry, SDA. My eyes went flying. SDA will be next, and then you, Honey Dip. All right. Let's take a look here. So Tenmoy, what are Nabanita's feelings for you? What would you like them to know about Nabanita's feelings, please? Okay. Interesting. So the first card is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant, it's a 5, which is a number of change. And it's also about a spiritual movement up. And it's kind of almost like, if you think of an organized belief or an organized faith or religion kind of thing, that they have these um, belief systems that are very set in place. And so I feel like when you're asking what are their feelings for you, it's like, well, they're very, you have your mind set in a very specific way with your life. I even think like that V. It's like, this is where everything fits in. This stuff, no, that doesn't. Um, and they have the devil card here. They don't think you're the devil. um, but it is bringing something up within them, because what the shadow card does is it shows us. Let me see here. I can get it to balance with lighting. You can see how they're caught in a web, and they're realizing the things that are restricting them, things that are making them feel trapped, and sometimes they'll have like chains around their neck or be in a cage with a door that's ajar. And I feel like that this is kind of spawning some memories for them. They're just like, oh, because they've had individuals in their life that have been very I want to say dogmatic about their beliefs and different things in their lives, and they're just like, oh wow, it was like painful situations they had where people try to change them, and people try to force their beliefs and expectations and everything on them. And I feel like there's something that's being triggered there. um, but you have the Six of Wands too, which the Six of Wands, you see it says victory up here. It shows um it's like this transformation of recognition of where people are looking for their recognition, their reinforcement, the, who are they trying to please kind of thing coming in here too. And you got like the VV victory and the XV and the V. It's like you got this five all over the place here, which shows me that there's this change that's happening. And I kind of feel like there's, um, I want to say, especially with that devil card, which is very Capricorn Saturn energy, it's like you guys coming together has really rattled their cage. It's like they just feel really upended, and they've got, mixed emotions and stuff, but they're going through this, uh, you know, I feel like you're triggering something of like memories from the past of other people, but he's also trying to like give you a chance, like you're not them, but you're reminding them of someone in the past. And so they're just in this weird, just this weird energy. Can you tell I'm having trouble like communicating? It's just like all over the place. Um, but I feel like they're uh, dealing with who they're trying to please, and it's like they all this stuff is coming up of uh this is a huge change. All those fives. Five is the number of change, and I just see them all over the place. And those cards for the feelings for you. And I just feel like they're in this really confused state right now. Um, Possibly just a lot of stuff changing in their life too, possibly. But I feel like a lot of it is that you're reminding them of someone from the past that was very this is the way it is, and they wouldn't budge or be flexible. So I'm sorry that it's not much more clear than that, but it feels like they're just in this whirlwind, like they're in a tornado. And so that's where they're at right now. I kind of feel like they're all over the place. But they're not like, this is how I feel about you. They're just like, I don't know how I feel about anything right now, if that makes sense. All right. Well, we're going to move on to Pallavi here. You'd like a career reading. When will you get a job? And you have no source of income. Okay. Well, let's take a look here and see what they have to say about that. And then SDA and Honey Dip. You will be next in that order. So let's take a look here for Pallavi. What is headed for your career here? What would they like you to know? Can you tell us about timing? Okay. All right. Anything else? Okay. All right. Well, I like your first card here because for you, this one does mean victory. This means, yes, you have a job. You will be getting one. You will have this coming. The Ace of Cups, shows new opportunities, new love, new emotion, new movement coming in, new passion kind of coming into, which is really good. And I feel like with this, it's a new beginning, which is coming um, sooner than later. You do have the change card coming in too, which is the two pentacles. Pentacles is about your outside world. So there's this change coming in. It's an ebb and flow. And I feel like the uh, tide went out and you're like, when is it coming back? And it's like, oh, here it comes. And I feel like it's coming here. Because you have the victory and then you have the success card too. Six of Pentacles. So definitely you have one coming. And I feel like it's sooner than later. Um, Definitely, I feel by the end of the year. And let me see if they'll tell me here. Will it be before the end of October? Yeah, I feel like it's going to be by the end of October because you got both the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities in the outside world, and then the King of Cups, which is all about movement. And there's that Ace of Cups. So there is movement coming in here. So I feel you'll either have it by the end of this month or the news will come in about it because here's the movement. They're riding in the white horse, saying, here's the Ace of Cups that you had coming here. So yeah, I feel like you will either have it in by the end of this month, or you're going to be getting communication and awareness around the job So it's like you may get like hired, but they don't start until November or something. But I feel like you're going to know about it by the end of this month. So yay. I like that for you. All right, so let's keep on going down the list here. And we'll see what we got going on here. All right. Hey, Jimon, welcome, welcome. Let me just make sure I'm where I need to be here. All right, there I am. All right, SDA. So let's take a look. I feel for your general reading that the unicorns want to talk to you. And you got the magic of the unicorns deck. So let's take a look there. And Honey Dip, you'll be next. And then Barty Galat. All right. So let's take a look here. SDA, see what they want for you. Good seeing you. Wow. I love it. Mahatma energy. See if I can get that a little better there. And it is card number 29. It says, build your light body, accelerate your ascension. Ooh, let's see here. Let's see what they bring in here. And it says, in the golden era of Atlantis, many great beings contributed towards a special pool of light. It formed a high frequency, golden white group consciousness known as Mahatma energy. Unicorns added their light into it, as did the Buddha, the Christ, the 12 rays, and many others. The Mahatma energy accelerates your ascension 1,000-fold. It's ludicrous speed. When you choose this card, or it chooses you, your unicorn is inviting you to call the Mahatma energy in through your 12 chakras to activate them to your highest potential. Ask it to flow through your energy systems to break up and clear old patterns that no longer serve your growth, and to keep the glands that govern your health and spiritual well-being strong and active. Also, send it to others to help their health and their ascension. I can send it this way. When the Mahatma energy flows through you, it forms a pool of high frequency light in the earth below your feet. Your unicorn is asking you to offer it to Lady Gaia to help the planet to ascension. Your guidance is to invoke your unicorn and ask it to hold you in the highest possible light. Then invoke the Mahatma energy to build your crystalline light body and prepare yourself for the new golden age. Wow. I like that. And of course, the affirmation, the Mahatma energy flows through me. Boom. I like that. So you can check into Mahatma energy if you're not aware of that, of what it is, and see what else resonates for you in that. I feel like if you do that, you'll be like, wow. I love it. Might even inspire a new painting or a new piece of art. Okay. So that's what they have for you for that, for your general reading. And I really like that for you. All right, Honey Dip, you want to know, what did it mean when the bird visited you this evening? And what did it mean when you saw 11, 11, 1? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5 ones. All right, let's take a look here. Kind of feel like I want to go to these Chinese tarot. Let me take a drink here real quick. Getting parched. All right. And then after Honey Dip, we got Barty and Queen of Humility. So thank you guys so much for your patience as I do work through the list. I really, really appreciate it. All right. right. So what did it mean when the bird visited you this evening? I'm assuming you're meaning a real bird, not like someone, gave you the middle finger. I don't know why they're being comical. All right. The only one that's popping up here, which makes total sense, is the Ace of Coins, which is the Ace of Pentacles. And of course, the aces are number 1. And so I feel like this is new opportunities that are going to be coming forward here in your near future. One, 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 one. They're like 5 ones. 5 is the number of change, and then all these ones. New beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings, new things coming for you. And it is positive things. And so I feel like when the bird visited you, they are announcing the arrival of something new that is coming into your life. And I do like that. I don't see there's no bird on this one. But I feel like that's what they're saying with that. The only card that's popping out here for you. Any specific, okay. So I was going to ask, is there any specific, significance to the bird? And the Strength card came out. And the Strength card represents, like, you see how there's someone riding the back of the tiger. The tiger is your human self. This is your higher self. It's your higher self coming to you to bring you the love that you've been looking for. And I feel like the bird visiting you is like a message from your higher self to look higher. I'm here. Connect with me. This big, wonderful opportunity that's coming up here. And so the bird visiting you, the significance was to connect to the higher realms, see things from up above, see these new opportunities that are coming for you, and know that they're heaven sent, of course. And I like that for you. Yeah, they don't have anything else to add. They're like, yep, it's just an angel from above reminding you of your higher self, because that's where you are going to get your wholeness and your completeness, right? Because the Ace of Pentacles, too, does represent finding a new level of your worth and how you relate it to the outside world, which also comes through the Strength card, because you realize when you look outside of yourself for all those things that are supposed to make you feel full and not thirsty, just make you more hungry and more thirsty, relationships, situations like job and education and your body and your possessions and bank account, all those things end up letting us down because they're unstable. So they make us feel unstable when we base our worth on them, right? Because relationships, people change or they pass away. Situations never stay the same. And of course, things in our bodies break down, deteriorate, blow up, catch on fire, stolen. So all unstable. And it's like all this new coming in is showing you to look up above. And that connection is what, when you move inward and upward after being disappointed so much in the outside world, you find that stability of that beautiful, eternal, and unconditional love from above. And I feel like they're just saying, look up, and here's all this beautiful new changes and around your worth and how you look at it with the outside world too. So that's what they have for you, honey dip. I love that word, your name. All right. Just make sure not missing anyone. All right. So Barty, you are next. You want to know what is coming towards you in the coming week. So let's take a look here. I'm drawn to the Tarot of the Dragons, and then Queen of Humility, you are next, and then Leah. And then Pallavi. And then Shanae. And Miss King. So I'm getting down the list. Really, I appreciate all of your guys' questions, and I really, really appreciate your patience. as I go down the list. So thank you so much. All right. So Barty, what's coming towards you in this coming week? Okay. All right. All right, I do want these too. All right, let's take a look here. Very nice. So you have the Knight of Pentacles that is coming in here. There it goes. And the Knight of Pentacles is about that you have, new opportunities or abundance. You have this newness that's coming in, but it's coming in slow. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight out of the four because it has to do with the outside world. And there's seasons, there things happen and unfold. So they're like, just be patient with what's coming, because you do have the Queen of Pentacles, which is about newness coming out in the outside world. And you can even see there's eggs that are going to be hatching and bunnies. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture too. But I feel like because of the Knight of Pentacles saying, just know that this is coming, that there is this new birth, this abundance, this positive change that's coming in your outside world here. And it's Two of Cups, which um, in addition to being the emotional choice card, also could mean new love and new relationships, new connections of the heart, which doesn't necessarily have to mean romantic. It can mean meeting a great friend or reconnecting with family, but there is emotional, sparking that's coming up here as well. So I really like that for you. I mean, they're just saying, just be patient with it as it unfolds and comes forward, because you do have two amazing things that are coming your way in the outside world. It feels like, I feel like these are independent, even like you have an emotional connection coming in, but you also have other opportunities that are coming in and birthing in your life at the same time. So some good stuff coming. It's just about trusting the timing, and I know patience, but that's what's coming forward for you. So it's just, as I've been saying, whenever there's a patience card and there's like a pause or a hold, it's all about, okay, so while I'm waiting, what am I going to do? I'm going to work on my insides. I'm going to understand what emotions am I feeling right now, and the more I look at them and process it and transform them, the faster the horse tends to move. So that's what they have for you, Barty. All right, Queen of Humility, you want to know what's coming to you in the next 11 days. I love the specific number of days there. So let's take a look here. I do want to switch over here to the Chinese tarot. Let's see what we got. And then Leah, you will be next. All right, so let's take a look here. What is coming towards you in the next 11 days, Queen? Next 11 days. Anything else? All right, let's see what we got going on here. So you have the Queen of Swords coming in here. So there's a lot on your mind, but this is really about balancing uh, going on here between your heart and your mind, because you also have the Temperance card coming in here. And I swear I had a similar one like this in another deck here earlier, but it is about balance and patience, balancing things out. And you also have the Two of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Two of Wands, uh, which is all about being aware of your energies and where you're investing them, balancing out your energy throughout these next 11 days. Um, and I feel like because when you're asking what's coming towards you, I feel like when they're bringing all this balancing uh energies, you know All three cards are about balancing, right? One's balancing energies, one's balancing, heart and mind. The other one's like temperance and balance. That means there's going to be some opportunities for imbalance coming up for you. But knowing that that two of wands is that you hold the power, though, because you get to choose what energy you want to focus on. So if something comes up that's throws off kilter, we can go and go, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And, blah, 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 and it just makes it bigger and bigger and bigger. Or we can go, oh, okay. Do I trust that what's happening in my life happens for me? And what would I want to learn through this? We can change the energy to something of gratitude and focusing on like, okay, regardless what's going on, I'm going to focus on what I do want in my life. That's the power that comes in with all this balancing. And I feel like a lot of deep breathing will be good during the next 11 days. But I feel like there's going to be things are going to be off kilter, unexpected, you know, but I don't feel like it's like, you didn't get like the tower or the death card. So it's not like, boom, huge things. It's just like, it feels like there's a lot of little stuff that comes in that's just testing your balancing. Kind of, I'm seeing you on a tightrope walking across, but it's like one of those in the park where you're only like 2 feet off the ground. You're not like going across the Grand Canyon or anything, but there's like whoosh, the wind comes and then a bird flies in front of you, and then a frisbee comes flying and hits you in the head. It's like these things that are bringing possibilities of being off balance, but you have this ability to really learn about your balance during these next 11 days. So I know. We can take a look here. I imagine I would want to know. So what, any specific area you want Queen to know about? No, it's a King of Swords, so it's all about the expectations. So there's going to be some expectations that aren't met, is really what I feel with that. So that's what you have for right now, Queen of Humility. So that is it for now. All right. So let's take a look here. So next up, there it is. So Leah, you want to know what's on Dee's mind about you and what's coming towards you. So let's take a look here. Pull from the Sun and Moon Tarot. Then Pallavi, you will be next. And then Shanae. Thank you guys so much again for your patience. As I work down the list, all you have to do is pop your question down there, and I go in order down the chat. So that is the process. Easy breezy. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading too. And as always, I appreciate any thumbs up and any likes that you can give me there. It does help out my channel. And it's totally free. Always the best price. All right, let's see what's coming through here for you. So what's on their mind about you first? This is the first card that came out, which is the Hierophant, which is funny. This is what came out for someone else about someone else's thoughts. And it's kind of like this. This one is like these calm, meditative, see if I can get it to focus a little better. There it goes. They're just kind of, it's, fives are a number of change. It just feels like they're sitting, but this movement up kind of energy that's coming in. And when you're asking what's coming towards you, you have the Nine of Pentacles, which the Nine of Pentacles is about abundance, but it's about inner abundance. And I kind of feel like there's this, I don't want to say like they're just kind of say being a lump, but it's like they're just kind of like non-action. And you're like, what's going on? Right. And then they're just like, I'm sitting under the Buddha tree, achieving enlightenment. It's like, okay, what's on their mind? It's like you can see something spinning in their head, but on the outside, they're just like like, what is going on? And I just don't feel like there's a lot of communication. And what's coming towards you guys, the 9 is the number of the hermit. And I really feel like you guys are being um, moved inward. It's like I kind of feel like you guys are separate, like not separated necessarily, but they're just kind of detached and off in their own little world, which is causing you both kind of do this inner reflection, and you're looking at your own worth separately internally, and you're both on these little separate journeys inward, and and finding it, finding new ways of looking at your worth and figuring out how you relate your worth to the outside world. And it's very positive movement in that, but I kind of feel like there's just this, I wouldn't say awkwardness, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, I'm just not getting, you're not getting anything from over here. You're not able to read and pick up, and they almost seem like emotionless, like they're the Buddha who's meditating there. You're going, hello, hello, and you can't get them to wake up in that kind of, in that way there. So weird night tonight. These readings are just bizarre, a lot of them. So that is what they have for you, Leah. Hopefully that makes sense to you there, but that's what they want you to know about what's going on and what's coming towards you both, kind of independently. All right. So Pallavi, you want to know, how should you go about life and getting a job? Okay, let's take a look here and see what advice they have there. Kind of want to go back to these Chinese tarot for that. Shanae will be next, and then Miss King. Oh, you just stopped in to show love and support. Oh, well, I'm sorry I missed you. I didn't get to read all that. Hello and goodbye. All right, and then Angelina, you would like a love reading, so you will be next. And then SDA, you'll be after that. All right, let's take a look here, Pallavi. What advice do they have for you about life and getting a new job? What would they like you to know? Okay. Yeah, that's like too many cards. I don't think that was just these. And you can tell cards have been flying, like tons of cards. Like the energy must be. I know we have the Aries full moon, but I wonder if there's other planets today that are interacting and making them all even more. So let's take a look. How should you go about life and getting a job? Okay, so here we go. All right. Wow. So you've got the Knight of Swords that's coming in here. So the Knight of Swords is movement of your thoughts and your, because the swords are all your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets and your expectations. So, advice is changing your expectations, really looking at it from a different place. Because if you have too many expectations, like this is what I have to have and how it has to come and blah, 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 then you miss out all these opportunities on either side. And so this night is about opening up and opening your mind, allowing your expectations and how things have to come and where you were going to work and what kind of job and different things in life. The more expectations you have, the more restrictive and everything your life feels. Because you do have two fives. You have five of staves, which is the five of wands, which is all about transformation and change of your energy, and the five of cups too, which is about your emotions and change of emotions. I normally go into more detail about like what this one represents this and da, da, but they're just saying like this change of mind changes just the energy you have in your life. It's not so restrictive. Also, the emotions that you have, because if you have a lot of expectations, expectations equal disappointment. So the more expectations you have, the more disappointed we get. And so the less expectations that we have, the less disappointed we are, which means we're happier and we're more joyful. And I feel like this is this, they're telling you and kind of pointing you back to, your head and your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about life. Really understanding, why do you think that's the right way? Why do you think it has to be that way? Could it be a different way? And you're like, okay, maybe it could. let's open up and let's allow it to, come more that way. So I do like that for you. You also got the strength card here, which they've been making itself known here, which is all about, the outside world is going to disappoint us anyway. Because the tiger is your human self, and you might have heard me already talk about this card because here's your higher self, and our tiger self, our human self, is taught to go out here into the world to feel whole and complete and to have all expectations, all those small t truths that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, all those opinions that we were given when we were very, very young about this is what has to happen, this is how it has to unfold, blah, 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 blah. We took them all on as our own, and they all became habits of ours. And now they become we react to all those and we're disappointed when the reality fights against our expectations, right? But when we get disappointed enough in the outside world, we eventually turn inward and then upward, which is where we find things that are stable and that do make us feel whole and complete, which is the unconditional love of the higher realms, of the creator of all things, right? It's our connection to our spiritual self, because outside is unstable. Things are always changing and, blowing up, and people passing away, and jobs go haywire, and our bodies go haywire, and money is unstable. And so that whole world is chaos out there, right? But if we really look at the eternal love from above, it's eternal, that's pretty stable, and also unconditional is very stable, there's nothing you can do to lose it. So I kind of feel like, they're saying this is, you can look at all the expectations you have, and as you're working on that and, releasing those more and more, you're connecting to these capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, instead of these that are rooted in the fear of losing this conditional love, this love that has a long list of things that has to be met in order for you to be lovable and acceptable, and all of that fun stuff. So that is the advice they have about how you can go about life and getting a job. And there you go. So hopefully that made sense. All right, Shanae, you are up next. You want to know, will you and P work things out? And we will take that. And then Angelina, you will be next. And then SDA. So let's take a look. Will you and P work things out, Shanae? So you got the Two of Swords here. And the Two of Swords is about decisions being made, And there are usually there's like someone that's blindfolded, and it's two choices: a choice of your mind, like I was talking about, the the expectations of the world, those things that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. And then the other one is about trusting your heart and trusting your intuition and your gut, trusting hidden truths. And it's basically, they usually have the blindfold, which is close your eyes to see. And you do have the Page of Pentacles, which does mean new opportunities coming in the outside world. So with those combinations of the two, I kind of feel like there's new opportunities that are coming up for you. And this Two of Swords is telling you, trust your gut and trust your heart, not what you think that you want. Get down into here. Try to clear yourself of all those supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and musts. Take some deep breaths and look in your heart and go, do I really want what this was? Or do I want behind what's curtain number one that's coming in the future? And it's like, which one do you want? Which one do you really want? Because I feel like they're asking you to really make sure that you really want to work things out. Because I feel like that you want what's behind door number one over here instead. And trust in your gut, trust your heart, not what makes sense and what's supposed to be, and all that belief in the mind, but trust your gut and trust your heart, because I feel like what's coming for you, this new opportunity in the outside world that's coming, is so much better. If you ever watch The Price is Right, that's what they're showing me in my head, is why I said behind curtain number one, because they're showing like someone has like a blender and they're like, do you want to keep that or do you want to try for what's behind curtain number one? And they're like, I'll take curtain number one, and it's a brand new car. It's like that big of a difference, coming in there. So uh that is your answer. I tell you, they're really being weird tonight. I'm gonna have to look at the astrology and see what planets are aligning tonight. It seems really, really bizarre. I don't know why. So ask questions at your own risk, right? All right, Angelina, you're up next, and then SDA. Let's take a look here. So you want to know just a love reading for you. Not just, but you would like a love reading for you. And then SDA, and then a DT. All right. And then Sumya, hang in there. You're coming. All right. So let's take a look here. Angelina, what would they like you to know about love tonight? Yeah. So they bring in the Four of Pentacles, which, of course, the Four of Pentacles is about this journey, a lot of looking inward, like kind of I was talking about with the Strength card. This is kind of that same energy, where it's when you're looking in the outside world for your stability, unstable, oh God, all your little they're showing like there's all these sand castles that you're building there that are based on the outside world, and as soon as they're built, here comes the tide and it just busts them all down. And that's the instability of those sand castles of the outside world, relationships and situations and things, right? And so I feel like they're pointing you inward to find your wholeness and your completeness, and like finding your worth from inward and upward. Because you have the Six of Wands here, which is about who you're trying to please, where you're trying to get your validation from. And, they do point you upward in these cards, for the Six of Wands. It's like if you're looking for, um, they're showing me like someone on stage who sings, and then afterwards, they're like, oh, I can't wait for the applause, and then they get the applause from everyone, and they're like, I thought it was going to mean something more, I thought it was going to feel more, but I feel like there's something missing. And I kind of feel like when we're looking for that validation in the outside world, that's kind of how we get. And then they're like, but look higher. One of my favorite cards of the Six of Wands, in another deck, has someone that is singing, looking up, and there's this huge spotlight from up above that's shining on them, and the audience is all transparent, which shows that that feels empty, but they find their wholeness in what they get from up above, and that validation we get from the higher realms is feels so good. And that's what these two cards both kind of emanate there. And you do have the Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords that's coming in. And again, we have the Ace of Swords, which I just talked about a moment ago, is the um, looking into the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations, cutting away those thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, the ones that have been feeling empty, the things that, have disappointed. And it's like, they don't serve me anymore. I want something more. I want something higher instead. So I feel like, with love, they're nudging you to look inward, to find that, because then you fill up on the inside, and it doesn't feel as desperate to find love in the outside world, because you find you have everything you need inside of you. And so it's extra, like they've been bringing up lately. It's like, it's you are your own dinner, You have all this fullness and you're like, I've eaten dinner. And then everyone else that you love on the outside is dessert. And you're like, I can skip dessert tonight. It's not going to kill me. I'm good. I'm full. Anyway, I didn't leave room for dessert tonight. It's like, so it's like this wholeness and this completeness that comes in there for you. So that's what they have. I tell you, there are interesting readings tonight. All right, SDA, Stacy. You want to know our brown and you twin flames? Let's take a look here. And when I asked Spirit about twin flames, they were like, we're all drops of a giant sea on the other side. We all belong to one another. We're all part. We all feel each other's emotions. We're all so connected. We can't even comprehend how we're all together on the other side. But like twin flames and soulmates and different things are more of a human attempt to define our wholeness and our completeness here. And so when we're asking a question about twin flames, they always are like, this is what we're going to ask it, because really, Spirit says it doesn't really exist the way we think it exists, right? So we'll ask it are they a significant, one of your significant soulmates in this life? Because we have so many. We're taught that there's supposed to be one, and it's this special bond, and it's them forever. And they're like, no, we're all together. We're all equally. It's like the huge marriage, but not really. They're like, we're just all belong to one another, and we all love one another. It's like, that kind of thing. There's not halves or duplicates. We're all unique and different. It's funny. But so all of that, and we're just going to say, are they the super significant soulmate for this life journey for you? They're being so weird tonight, I tell you. Weirder than normal. Let's see. So tell us about Brown in relation to SDA, please. Yeah, well, your first card that came up is the Eight of Cups. It talks about leaving behind, emotions that no longer serve you. And they have the Universe card, which is the World card, which is ending of cycles and new beginnings. Five of Wands, which is all about transference of energy, moving from an energy of fear to an energy of realizing that, because you might have heard me talk about the Five of Wands, that it usually starts out like a kung fu movie in my head where five people are fighting with these stabs and trying to kill one another. And you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? And eventually one person's barely standing, remaining, and the other four on the ground, exhausted. And then you're like, oh, are they going to kill him? What's going on? It's like this fear energy of competition and then they all start laughing and you're like, what? And then they'll help each other up and they all walk buddy back down to the monastery meal hall and have a meal together. And you realize, oh, these were, monastery monks who were just practicing with each other because they care about one another and they're helping each other learn and grow, which kind of, speaks of soulmates. That's what we do in this lifetime. All of us who interact, anyone who comes across our path, whether it's a coworker, family member, significant other, whatever it might be, we're all here to help each other raise our vibration. And though in the beginning it feels like conflict sometimes, it's like, no, we're here to help each other and grow. So there's that little tint of assistance there, but I didn't get like the significant soulmate, type of card. I just feel like they're a part of it. And you did get the King of Swords, which is all about being in your head a lot, right? Because they're not only ruling over air, they get another portion of air. So it's a significant amount of things going on in your head around this situation. which can also be expectations, right? Because this Ace of Swords allows you to connect more to the higher realms and to those truths that are rooted in unconditional love. But they also allow you to cut away a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you have around things in your life. So I feel like it's the reason why, how they're helping you in your life, like, you know, like that, how those other people are helping train each other. They're helping you with your expectations. They're helping you understand more about why you expect what you expect from yourself, why you expect of what you expect from others, why you expect what you expect from situations, the world, blah 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 blah, all those expectations, right? And I feel like that's the purpose, but I don't feel like it's like boom, this one that just totally has, you know, major arcana energy of change. It's more like dealing with stuff, but not like tsunami type impact on your life. So that's what I'm getting tonight from them. Who knows though? They're being weird. All right. So Aditi, you are up next. And you want to know what's coming towards your mom. And then Sumya, you'll be next. So Aditi, let's take a look here. I feel like we want to go to the Tarot of Dragons. We'll see what's coming towards your mom. And then Marie, you will be after Sumya. All right. So let's take a look here. So Aditi, what's coming towards your mom? I'm like, pshoo, cards flying out of the deck again. Let's see what we got. Anything else? Okay. All righty. So I got something that, you know, you ever have something like you see something down there and you're like, I know there's something on my eye. Maybe that's what it's, maybe this is part of the message. So she has the 10 of Swords here, which is a great card to have, even though it looks like horrible. Because this is Swords, all her thoughts, her beliefs, her mindsets, her attitudes, her expectations. And this is like she's exhausted from trying to live up to so many expectations. She's ready, new mindsets, new ways of looking at things, cutting away old thoughts and old beliefs, because she also has the Ace of Swords. So you have the ending and the new beginning, new ways of looking at things, new communication coming in too, with that. But I really feel this is about releasing expectations and really seeing things from a different perspective in her life. Because she also has the Page of Wands coming in, which Wands is all about drive, ambition, passion. So I feel a new passion is coming in for her life too. You know, this new excitement, this new energy, and that makes sense because when you're trying to live up to all these expectations, it kills you. It almost kills you, right? They're so exhausted because of all the energy they're investing in trying to make everyone in the world happy. And she's just, it just, at one point, it just becomes too much. And like, I can't take it anymore. I'm letting it all go. And then she starts to live her life instead of trying to live what everyone else wants her to live and trying to make everyone else live the life she thinks she should have. She frees herself and then releases everyone else too. And all that energy she was investing in trying to do all that comes back to her. And she's like, why do I have so much energy? It's because she's letting go of all those mindsets and all that, turning in her God's little sheriff badge of trying to control the world, right? And trying to obey what she thinks everyone wants her to be as well. So I like that for her. It is freeing for her. So that's what's coming her way. All right. So Sumya, you want to have a general reading for the upcoming days. And I do want to go to one of these Path of the Soul Destiny cards for you. So we'll take a look at that. And then Marie Williams, you'll be next. I like it. Let's take a look here. So Sumya. All right. Boom. Card came out right away. Oh, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful card. Look at all that. Colors. See if I can get you to focus a little better. There we go. Card number 1. So let's see what they have coming here for you. Can't believe I just licked my finger in front of everyone, but I did it. There it was. So creation, it says you are a creator. And when this card appears, it signifies a strengthening in your energetic field to bring those things which you require into physical manifestation. Creation is happening quickly from the thought into form. So be conscious of what thoughts that you're having, because the time between the thought and its appearance in the physical will be quick. Now is the time to get clear about what you desire in your life. The universal energies are working with you to bring your desires to fruition. Boom. I like that. Yeah. So be aware of what you're focusing on, right? We talk about that because whatever we focus on is what grows. And they're really saying now your creative energy, your manifestation energy really is like on high level. So whatever you focus on, it happens and it grows fast. So really be aware of what you're focusing on and what you really want to grow, and then focus on that. And that's what's going to grow. But if you're focusing on fear or something you don't want, or, you know, what's lacking in your life, that that grows. So it's like, no, 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 think about this. So I like that. The power that you're holding right now, Sumya, is awesome. So I like that. All right, let's keep going here. And there it went. So Marie, you are next, and you want to know, why are you so attracted to him, and is he the one that you'll be in a long-term relationship with? Let's take a look. I'm going to go to the Sun and the Moon Tarot. Let me just take a quick sip here again. Let's see what we got. Let's see where we're at here. Right, looks like Pallavi, you asked a couple questions, and then Mary, I see you down there, so we will get to that question as well. All right, Marie, why are you so attracted to him? Let's take a look here. All right. And then will he be the one that you'll be in a long-term relationship with? So will you be in a long-term relationship? Anything else? Nope. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So you have the 10 of Cups here. So I can see that you have this emotional overflow with them. So it kind of reminds me, I never noticed this before. Reminds me of Ghost, right? Where they're making the pottery, with Whoopi Goldberg and all that, but it's you know, what I'm talking about. But I think you really like this the power that they hold. The Emperor, it feels like very fiery energy, and like they really know what they want. They have a strong commanding presence in their life. Like, they just have this presence of, I want to say royalty, but they just have this strong presence of it being in control and command and strong. And I really feel it's the strength that's drawn you in, and passion too. I feel like it's like, wow, it just really feels overflowing. It's just like, wow, you can get really passionate as well. But so it's like there's this passionate side, but it's like strong, it's like Superman. You're like, oh, Superman and Lois Lane. I don't know why that came to my mind. But it got death and rebirth here as well. And it feels like just feel that fire and that power. That's what I'm talking about. It's like you're caught up with a phoenix, you know, and it just has that fire and that passion and that power that comes in there, and that totally makes sense with that. That there's this, it's just so fiery and so strong, and it's just like really, that's what this attraction is. I feel by that. And then being in a long-term relationship, though, the Fool card, which is all about endings of old cycles and new beginnings. And I feel like it's not going to be like forever. Um, I feel like you're gonna have a restart in your life in that, and so I don't have a whole lot more to add to that. They're just like, no, not long term. But I kind of feel like with all that fire, it's like a firework, it's like a sparkler. This happened the other night too. They showed me a sparkler where it's like, psh, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful in the night, and and then it's like, oh, it's done. Can't relight it. It's like it's burnt out. It's like so much fire that it just can't maintain. And then it's, you're like, okay, and then the passion leaves. So I don't feel like, because it's not like this heartbreak feeling that it's not like you're like, oh, he left. It's just more like, okay, well, that was fun, but now it's over and I'm ready for my new adventure. That's the feeling I feel more around it. So enjoy it. Enjoy the Phoenix. All right. So that's what they have for you. Let me just get down here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, Mary, we get down to you down there. Took care of that one. All right. So Pallavi, you were asking, so this question here, let me make sure I understand it, because it's like, what kind of person are you? How does your life seem like? Okay, we'll take a look there. And then Mary, you will be next after that. And we will take a look here. And I don't worry, everyone, about where, if someone's saying this is the list and stuff like that. If they forget you, if I'm going exactly in the chat. I don't look at like list of where people are at, because it's too much for my brain. I just go down the list and follow it exactly as you ask questions in whatever order. So you know, that's just the process. It just makes it easy for me. So I appreciate it. All right, Pallavi. So what kind of person are you? Let's see what they talk about here. All right. And then how does your life seem like? Anything else? Okay, well, this makes sense together. So these two were like, what kind of person are you, that they want you to be aware of right now? And then what does your life seem like? And you got the Justice card, which is a great card. This is the Ace of Swords here. And this is about balancing of all these swords that you have, because the Three of Swords, that represents it's usually like heartbreak, but it's disappointment, because I call it the expectations card, because it's usually it has a big heart on it with three swords stuck in it. And then you also have the Ten of Swords, which is all about these expectations that are happening, which I like these two together, because they're basically saying that you have a life that, oh my gosh, like the kind of person, the kind of life that you've had is so many expectations that were put on you and poured on you, like extreme growing up, like high expectations in every area of your life, that you're just like, oh my gosh. And no one can survive like that, because you're constantly having disappointment. And I think if this was the reading I gave for you further up, but The 10 of swords is about you've had enough. You're just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and disappointed and all those things, all those expectations not working out the way that you were told they were supposed to. You were held to this high level, and so you're trying to maintain this level. And by golly, if you're going to live up to all those expectations, you're going to make sure everyone else is too, right? It's exhausting. A lot of information, a lot of energy that you invest in all of that. But the Justice card comes in about the balancing of all that. And you're cutting away all these expectations because you're just tired of, all that disappointment and the energy that you have to invest in them all. And you're ready to let them go. That's what that 10 of swords is you're ready to let expectations go and have a new type of life. And the Justice card with that Ace of Swords allows you to connect to higher truths, capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, rather than all these fears of losing conditional love in the outside world. So I really feel like this is a transformation that's happening. You just can't do it anymore. You're just like so exhausted, tired of doing it that you're just ready to go, hey, everyone, I'm going to be me, back off. And I feel like it's like standing up to that. And I kind of feel like that's this pivotable, that's my new word, pivotable. Yeah, a pivotal place in your life right now. So I like it for you because it's going to be freeing. It's a little scary at first, I know, but it'll be freeing for you. All right. So, Mary, thank you so much for your patience and getting down to your reading there. And what are the general love and finance messages for you? Okay, we will take a look at that. I do want to go back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here. I'm just going to zero in on the finance message first, because the rest of that seems like it's all going to be love altogether. They'll just tell me everything there, and we'll look at that. Jimon. All right. Here we go, Mary. All right. So all about the finances is what we were moving in on here. So anything else on finances? Okay. All right. So I feel like you have some decisions to make coming up regarding your finances. And they're telling you here, let me see if I can zero in. You have a choice to make. And they're saying, don't make it just with your mind. Also, keep your heart's desire and your heart in it too. Because when you make the decision, I mean, you've got the wealth card and the happiness card, wish fulfillment, abundance coming in. So, finances, I feel, are really coming in, but they're saying, trust your gut, trust your heart as well. Don't go off of just what makes sense with the mind. Follow that intuition, follow that heightened intuition that you have, and you will have abundance in this, just things going really, really well in your finances. So I like that. So, love. So we'll look here and see, as you go through this breakup, what's the current energy for that? And are you going to reconcile? So let's see the energy around that. And anything else they want you to know just about love as well. Okay. So it's interesting. So I feel like the current energy they're giving me is like, um, this is them for some reason. They've got the King of Swords, which the King of Swords is about more about thoughts and in the mind, which for a Cancer sign seems kind of different, but you never know. He might have a lot of air in his chart. like his moon might be in a, the air signs. But I feel like he's more looking, focusing on his mind. It's almost like he's like, and it's understandable too. Cancer signs are so much about emotion that they know when they hit in a very emotional time of their life. Sometimes they just have to go, okay, we need to contain you for a little bit until I need to think through things, get things organized. He's like really in his mind right now. And then I have you as this Princess of Cups, which is about Page of Cups, which does show that you are moving forward. You're moving to new levels and understanding of your emotions and, heading that direction, which is good because this is a positive card for you, swimming with the dolphins. Maybe you're going to go on a vacation, swim with the dolphins. But the Princess of Cups it's the Page of Cups in the Standard Tarot, heightened, moving up in your emotions. And is he going to try to reconcile? I see this Eight of Pentacles, which is all about the outside world and about movement up to new levels in the outside world. And I love how they actually have hearts in here, too. And I feel like reconciling feels like almost going backwards, where the Eight of Pentacles feels like moving up and onward. So I don't feel like there's going to be attempts at reconciliation. And I really feel like by these cards, that's the best thing, because I feel like you're ready for a movement up. So, like, you don't want to go back in and do what you always did and get what you always got. You're like, it's okay. I want this. I want new levels of love. I want to be able to swim in the emotions, and and that's very different, for you there. So that's what I have for you, Mary. I really feel like the current energies are you're in different worlds. Like he's in his head and you're in your heart, and uh, and I feel like that movement, it's like movement away, not movement towards. And but that uh, the Eight of Pentacles does show like you guys are moving up and beyond and not back, in there. So that's the message they have for you right now. All right, let's see where we are at. Thank you guys so much for all of you that have given me a thumbs up on the video already. I really appreciate it. If you haven't given me a like, I really appreciate those. It does help out my channel, and it's free. So if you haven't done so already, appreciate you considering doing that. And let's take a look here. And SD, are you still here? Let me see. You might have asked another question down below because you said you would have asked a more specific question. We'll see if you did further down. If you haven't, pop it down there. We can ask more questions. All right. And Mary, okay, we just got there. Thank you guys so much. I know it takes me sometimes a little bit to get down on the list here. All right. It goes Mary, Mary. All right. And Marie Williams, I think you probably already know that I already did yours. And yeah, because you said that you'll be next. Okay. Thanks, SD, for letting everyone know that as well. Okay. Hey, Rashmi. Okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not passing over anyone. All right. So Rashmi, you are actually next. So you wanted to know Manoj, current feelings and next actions for marriage. All right. Let's take a look here. And then Janice, thank you so much for being a new subscriber. You'll be next. Hey, Coco. If you're still here, chords of gratitude. All right. All right. So, and then you will be next after that, chords, Coco, as I'm calling you. All right, so Rashmi, let's take a look at your current feelings of Manoj, or the name that gives I know I'm challenged at name pronunciation, so let's take a look here. So let's see what we've got here. So current feelings, you got the Princess of Cups coming in, which is the Page of Cups. So this is about kind of heightened or new emotions around love and just emotions in general. It's interesting though that you also have the Moon card here. So I feel like there's this hiddenness, the hidden things. There's things being kept below the surface and kind of mysterious and unknown, and which is what the Moon card, kind of brings in around these types of questions. That there's a lot of unknowns. It's a lot of, um, hidden um, emotions too, because the Moon is about emotions, right? I mean, if you look at both of these, there's the Moon in both here. And it's like they're kind of. I almost feel like it's like they're not ready to make the plunge down into the water yet. So I feel like there's hesitancy and waiting going on there. But you also have the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. And that does speak of new opportunities, new things coming in the outside world. And you have the Queen of Pentacles too, which is about new birth, but about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture too. And I feel like they're saying, like, during this time of this waiting, of this hesitancy, of the unknowns, it's like, well, are they or aren't they? Are they or aren't they? That, especially with these pages, it's like, allow the new to come in, but while you're waiting, this is about this nurturing yourself and making sure you're taking care of you. Because as they've been saying throughout readings tonight, whenever there's a pause, whenever we're in that divine timing, patience, pause time where it's like waiting, we're in the waiting room. What are we going to do? We're going to look at our own emotions. We're going to look at what's going on within us, because the faster and the more we work on our own heart and our own reflection of what's bubbling up in me right now while I'm going through this, the faster we'll move, towards, our number being called to be up next instead of sitting in the waiting room, right? So I really feel like those are the current feelings. There are emotions there. They're kind of hesitant. They kind of are, there's some unknowns that I think are just having them like waiting for this. But you do have those new things coming in the near future. In the meantime, focusing on you while you wait. So I like that. All right. And let me just make sure. Okay, so Janice, you are up next here, and you wanted to know, is there any chance of Kevin the Taurus and you to be in a relationship in the future? Let's take a look and see what they say about your chances. All right. And then chords of gratitude. You will be next. All right. All right, here we go. So what are your chances to be with this Taurus in a relationship in the future? Okay. All right. So you have the Six of Pentacles come up here, which does say success at the top here, which is good. Like, there are chances of that. But the Six of Pentacles is also about, it's called the Codependency Awareness card. And I kind of feel like they're telling you, especially when you have the Eight of Swords here, the Eight of Swords tells you about your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets and your attitudes. And this one shows it really well, where there's all these strings, these expectations that have been controlling so much of your life, or sometimes you feel like you're trapped, or you're not in control of your own emotions and what's happening. And both of these together, when I'm talking about codependency, is there's these beliefs somewhere, these strings that are controlling you, where you can't help but overgive and overgive and overgive and overgive and overgive and overgive and overgive. And that's the, of course, enabler portion of codependent relationships. And it's rooted in some of these beliefs that happened when you were younger, where you had to really strive for attention. You had to do extreme things. And you had this belief that if you couldn't do something for someone or give something to someone, that you weren't worth being around. You had to do so much to get so little. And so it's been kind of regurgitated over and over and over in your life, whether it's school or sports or whatever it might be. You had to do the extreme, and I have to be the best in order to get attention. And they were kind of wanting you to look on that, because that will um, change the type of person that you draw to you, and it'll open up your ability to receive from others. Because when you're in that kind of mode, you won't allow people to give to you, because you feel like that means you're needy, and then they won't want you. They're going to dump you because you aren't able to give to them, and they want you just to, you have this belief, which is all those Eight of Swords, that that's the way it works. And it's like, nope, it's time for you to look into that and go, okay, let me dig in and understand where that came from in my childhood. You know, where is that root of, why did I have to fight so much to get attention? And how did that impact me the rest of my life? Kind of reflection in there. So something to help me, because I am a recovering enabler in codependent relationships, is a beautiful book called The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. Really helps you understand like where your desires for love come from, and how you can, transform those. And I really like that. You also have the abundance card. So joy, celebration, things coming in. Also, as this is your posse from up above, for me, that is a message from all your guardian angels and your spirit guides and all those beautiful beings of unconditional love and light above, letting you know you're never, ever alone, that they are around you. And they invite you to come party with them, come spend some time with them, and connect with them, because they definitely want to. They do honor your free will, though. They won't, come to you and force you to interact with them. But this is their little way of going, oh, while she's asking, we'll just kind of slip into her reading and say, hey, we're here. If you want to raise your vibration to that of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, you can. And we want to speak to you. You just have to ask of your own free will. Okay, so I love that for you. So that's where you're at right now. It's freeing. I know it's like, that's not what I wanted to hear, but if you always attract the same type of person, you want that message, because you want to get out of that. You want to chop all of those wires that are making you do all those things that you feel like you have no control over. So, all right. So let's keep going here. And so, chords of gratitude. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right, there we go. All right. So you wanted to know, you met some new friends on social media, and you want to just get a general read on the connection. Okay. What does Spirit want you to know about these people? And KDP, then we'll go to your question number 2. Sorry, it took so long to get down here. All right. And then Maxine, you'll be next after that. Well, got the Sun card there coming in. So I think that's a bright, shiny type of, card regarding that. And then you also have the Three of Swords. I kind of feel like, this is the expectations card, right? You can see them as this way, but I feel like Spirit's saying, just drop your expectations around who they're supposed to be and should be and need to be. and you will see them in this beautiful light, um, and uh, and it will bring brightness into your life, your connection with them. So I just feel like they're saying, just drop the expectations around them, and boom, everything will be good. I like that. All right, so Katie, should you offer Jordan to take a pause and think things through? Okay, we'll see if that's for your highest experience, and then we'll go to Maxine, and then Devansha Mishra. Hello, you'll be next. All right, so let's take a look here. Should you offer Jordan? Let me just re-highlight that. Seeing where I'm at. There we go. Is it in your highest experience for your relationship and for you? Stop. All right. So the Ten of Swords is coming in, which of course is the um, a good card, because it's endings and new beginnings around expectations and thoughts and mindsets and all of that. Because it's exhausting trying to live up to so many expectations, right? And I feel like this is, you're ready to just let go of these expectations, because you do have the Empress card, which is about new birth, kind of a restart. And you know, actually saw the universe card, the world card, which was ending of cycles and new beginnings. And you have the Ace of Wands too, which is about new passion, new energy coming in. And I'm feeling like this is about letting go of the expectations on each other, not so much a pause, but a reboot is what I'm feeling, Katie. It's like, you know what? Do you remember when we first met and you had no expectations on each other, and you both were so wonderful because you didn't have any expectations on each other. But the longer you're with someone, the expectations grow and grow and grow. And so their awesomeness seems to shrink because your expectations are going higher. And the other, you guys didn't change. Your expectations changed. And so when you drop those expectations, which is what that Ten of Swords is like, reboot, get rid of all the expectations if you can. And then that is like this rebirth. This is the reboot, and this new energy comes in, and it's like, remember? And why do I have all these things? Where are all these? Those expectations that you have on each other are your own, trying to cage each other. And who wants to be caged? It's fun in the beginning, it's a little role play caging on the animal, but it's not, no, it's not, you know, for the long term, you know. So it's like a reboot is what I really feel they're recommending is what would be best for it, not a pause. And to think things through, because all the thinking, that's where all those expectations and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are. It's like, no, clear your minds and go back to that passion in your hearts of what brought you. Remember what made you fall for each other, right? It's like, go back to that and let each other be free, release each other from the cages and allow yourself to live and not try to control. Will be all the difference, because it'll where you are, right? So if there's a pause and if you end up breaking up and you guys end up else, you're still there. So whatever was going on is still going to be there. But now is the chance to really reboot and have this new restart with each other. So I really like that for you guys. All right, Maxine. Right. And I'll look at your follow-up questions here in a second, Katie. I just want to get to other people that have waited as well. So we'll take a look here. Maxine, so what's coming towards you within the next 3 months? Let's see what they have here for you. And again, thank you guys all for all the thumbs up and the likes. I really appreciate that. It helps out my channel and it helps my videos get shared among more individuals as well. So if you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, really appreciate you considering doing so. And of course, if you have already, thank you. All right. So let's take a look here, Maxine. What is coming towards you within the next 3 months? Anything else? Okay. Very nice. So you've got the angels and you got the devils. But don't worry, it's not bad. So I like this. Judgment card is about endings and beginnings happening in your life. It's like double endings, double beginnings, but like this is your human self and this is your higher self. And it's like you're getting this calling to rise above and realize you're so much more than your human side and there's so much more to life and you're like have this calling that's drawing you up and out of whatever you were have been in. I almost feel like there's this stagnancy and topsy-turviness because the devil card here represents your shadow and it's been showing you what has been making you feel stuck and kind of caged and you're ready to have that move out and so when you're ready for that the shadow starts bringing all of this stuff into your life around you to rattle your cage so that the cage door that wasn't even locked and it was even ajar a little that you thought was a trapping you goes "Free!" and you're like what I can get out of here? And it's like yep "Doo, doo, doo, doo. Come further come hither come out and enjoy this new life this new heightened higher life that comes in there and you have the Four of Cups too, which is all about emotional stability. You know, things that didn't. Let me see here. So those three cups that are in her hands right there are not fulfilling. They've been feeling empty. But you see the one above the moon that's floating down. There's this beautiful love from above that's coming to greet you. That's coming to you to show you that there's more to life, and that rather than feeling empty and drained and like people are sucking the life force out of you, you get to become this wholeness and this fullness. You get to become the chalice, the cup, and all this love comes flowing in from up above and fills you up and then overflows. And everyone else gets the overflow where you get to feel whole and complete and healthy and full and not like you're always running on an eighth a tank of gas where you feel like I have nothing left. Why am I giving my energy away from everyone else? And so this devil card is such a huge aspect of what's happening because you have had so much stuff recently that has really just been brought forward to you, like you can't miss it, that they're not subtle in their messages. Like they'll bring it like from five different people. Either your interactions with five different people are going to be the same type that just makes you go, oh, I get it. Or you witness five people going through the same thing and you're like, oh, I get it. So wherever you're at in your life with that, it's changing it and you're being called to this out of your cage and you have this freedom that's coming your way. So that's what's going to be happening over the next 3 months. So very freeing. And I love that for you. All right. Devashi Mishra, you want to know, can you tell if Arjun Gupta is your future partner? Well, let's take a look and see what they have to say with that. And chords of gratitude. I am not available because I go live 3 times on Saturdays, so my Saturday is full. Anyone that can go with you to help be a local tour guide visiting medical providers. Um, I don't know anybody offhand. If I think of anybody, I'll let you know. So let's see here. Hey, Angela. You will be up next. All right. So let's see here, Devansha Mishra. Okay. Future partner. Well, you have the Justice card here. I feel like there's some balancing out going on here because you have your heart over here and other things over here. So there's some working out of things in your life. You have the King of Pentacles here too, which the King of Pentacles has that journey that I talk about a lot, which is like actually like the Four of Pentacles is where they learn it in their whole journey through all the pentacles. And it is about finding your sense of worth and your wholeness from within, because that Justice card is, they have that Ace of Swords, which allows you to really understand capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love from above, while also slicing away and cutting away these small t truths that are rooted to the fears of losing the conditional love in your life. And the King of Pentacles, they have all these thoughts and these beliefs and those mindsets about what the outside world is supposed to do for them and make them feel and what they're worth and blah, 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 right? And the King of Pentacles realizes when he looked to those things in the outside world, it was unstable. And I kind of feel like this balancing that's going on here is you're realizing your thoughts and beliefs about yourself as you're going through this. And so I feel like they're saying that, um, you know, in your current beliefs, where you're at with that being out of balance, that the type of partners that you draw in aren't going to be those that uh, work out in a way, because of the beliefs you have about yourself and all those expectations. I kind of feel like it's like you have this low opinion of what you deserve, and because of that, that's the kind of people you draw in and mirroring to you, looking like you're undeserving, right? And that's why our mirror, they keep bringing in the mirrors of what we want to see ourselves until we see it, and then it transforms us. And so I feel like this is what here. I don't think like this future partner. I don't feel like you'll find this future partner that is feels you're deserving until you feel you're deserving. You know what I mean? So I feel that's what the message they have for you tonight, right now, which I know is a pretty uh, I want to say blunt, but they're like pretty, oh, wow, unexpected message, I guess is a good word. But it is something that will free you and will definitely bring you someone that deserves you as well, because you'll feel you're deserving and that someone deserves you. And that changes the type of person that comes across your path as well. So that's what they have for you, Mishra. Hang in there. I know it's a tough one. All right. Let's see here. All right. All right, Angela. So you want to know, can you please tell you about Jay? Will you see him again? And how does he feel about you? We'll take a look there. All right. And then Rupal Dutta, you'll be next. So let's take a look here. All right. Cards are flying out. So let's tell us about Jay. Will you see him again, and how does he feel about you? It's like, will you see him again? Death and rebirth and Ace of Wands is all about endings and new beginnings. It's like, here's the old fire. It's like, no, here's your new fire. So I don't feel like you'll see him again. I feel like it's time, like that was removed out of your life. It burnt and did what it was supposed to do, but you have new fire, new passions that are in store for you instead. Um, and I'm like, how does he feel? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I really feel here it's, Princess of Pentacles too is the Page of Pentacles. It's new things coming to you in the outside world. So, it's like newness coming, something that is more, it feels more victorious. It feels more just thing for you. Um, let me see here. Anything else on this new? Yeah. Yeah, I like that because um, you've got the Four of Cups, which does tell you it's a more emotionally stable relationship. And you don't feel like you have to defend yourself, and that you kind of feel like with this card, like with your with Jay, was it Jay? I'm sorry, it moved down there. Okay, Jay, that you almost felt like you couldn't uh, be overly happy in life or overly successful because they always made it about them in a way. It's oh, like I got promoted, and they're like, "Oh, I haven't," and you're like, "Can you be happy for me?" You felt like you couldn't because it always made them feel bad, so you had to hide your successes. Is the way I feel, and it's like, yeah, you want something more emotionally stable and something where you don't have to hide your light. You get to be yourself and not be afraid to be yourself. Is kind of what I feel, which is what's coming for you there. So that's what they have for you for that. And I'm just going to try to get down here. I've been here 2.5 hours. I'm going to be headed here where I need to go. So I'm going to try to get as many of these as I can, but I'm going to. Okay. So yeah. So you want that flame to burn out. All right. You were welcome. All right, RuPaul Duda, will you get a divorce, and when will you remarry? Okay, let's take a look here. Then Fiona. Oh, I'm not wearing my rings today. Oh my gosh. Shika. Yeah, I may not get down to everybody here. I apologize. I will be back though tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then back at 7 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow night. And then, of course, 3 times on Saturday. One will be on Instagram, though, and then twice on Sunday. So I'm going to be here a lot this weekend if I don't catch you today. Um, I do have also in the description box of this video a lot of playlists of weekly energy updates and monthly readings and pick a cards and different things. So if I can't get to you tonight, you can check those out too. And whatever you're drawn to, trust your intuition, because they could also answer your messages there in my recorded videos. So, all right. So let's take a look here. When it says, when will you get divorced? You got the seven of swords here, which the Seven of Swords is about really looking at your thoughts and your beliefs that are coming in. The wins, I really don't see a card about a win here. Oh, well, we got Four of Wands, so you do have completion. It does feel like with the fire, and it feels like this is the Wheel of Fortune, even though this is the Four of Wands. I feel like the tide is going to be turning here. Pretty quick, though I kind of feel like you're waiting. for a little bit too. So it's like trusting that the wheels will turn when they will turn. But as far as the whens, I don't have any knights. The fire is good. And you got the King of Swords. Yeah, I don't have any time frames that are coming in there, Rapal. I know with the the whens, when we're going when, they're very much about divine timing and about just trust it. It's going to happen perfectly. But if there's ever a pause, the pausing time, reflect on yourself. If things aren't happening there, then they're pointing you to work on things in here. And so that's, just a constant message that they've been giving is, if things are slow and not moving at the speed you think they should be, well, the faster and the more we work on our insides, the faster things will move on the outside too, because things change from the inside out, not the outside in. So as soon as you work on divorcing thoughts and beliefs and mindsets on the inside, the divorce happens on the outside. The more you marry yourself on the inside, the more marriage happens on the outside. So I'm sorry, that's the message for you. All right, let's take a look here. Let me see, how many do I have left here? Yeah, I've got a ton more to go. Fiona is going to be my last reading for tonight. I had a reminder from Spirit today to balance, because I was on for 4 hours last night, and my physical health, I'm losing my voice, I'm tired, and they're like, "You're going to burn yourself out." So they just like, I have to honor that, otherwise I won't be on at all. So I apologize, I'm not able to get to everyone tonight. Fiona, you will be my last one, asking what are Raphael's intentions towards me. And please do catch me at 11 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow, or 7 p.m. tomorrow night. And then 11 a.m. on Saturday, 5 p.m. on Instagram, and then 8 o'clock p.m. On YouTube. And then on Sunday, it's 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. And like I said, a bunch of videos that are available if you want to check those out. There's messages always there for everyone. So you can check that out as well. And my apologies. If I had the energy, I would be on here 24 hours a day. All right. So Raphael's intentions towards you. I feel like here that, this intentions towards you, it feels like there's this double ending and double new beginning going on here, because there's this Ace of Swords. It feels like they're seeing things from a different perspective, and they're seeing you in a different way. But I mean, I like it because there's the Six of Swords here. I'm sorry, the Six of Wands, which is, the victory. It's a very bright card for you. Um, and I kind of see, like, they're looking at you, and they're like, wow, a lot of people like you, because I feel like this is you on stage, kind of, where people are cheering and they're like, yay, a lot of people supportive of you. And I kind of feel like they're seeing you from a different perspective, and in a different way. And it just feels kind of like they are observing you. I know it sounds kind of creepy, but it's like they're watching and they're just going, okay. And they're just kind of taking it all in. And it's kind of like they're processing it, and they're seeing things, and they're just kind of viewing things, and just trying to understand who you are, and what's going on with those things. So that's kind of what I feel is going on there. And again, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have that be my last one. My energy is gone. It's starting to get fuzzy, and and we don't want messages that are fuzzy. We want accurate and pinpoint. So if you guys can join me on any of those times, I also have all the times listed down in my the description box of this video, so you can check me out. If you haven't given me a thumbs up on the video yet, really appreciate it if you want to do that. And appreciate you guys being here. Really, really thank you so much for all the likes and subscribes. It really helps out. And thank you for helping share the Zen love with the world. And please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you too. You guys have an amazing night or amazing day wherever you're at in the world, and we'll talk to you soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you guys take care. Have a good night.